Rachel Reeves is under growing pressure to impose higher taxes on pensioners in her upcoming budget, as new research reveals that Britons over 60 now control almost half of the nation's wealth. According to new analysis by the Resolution Foundation, older generations have tightened their grip on assets, now holding 49% of the UK's total wealth, up from 39% in 2008. The shift has largely been driven by soaring property values rather than investment returns. The findings arrive amid intensifying calls for the government to reconsider how wealth is taxed. Some economists suggest that future budgets could focus more heavily on property owners and retirees, a move that could raise an estimated £6 billion. The report also highlights a widening generational wealth gap. The typical difference in assets between people in their early 30s and those in their early 60s has more than doubled in the past 14 years. Property and pension wealth now make up around 80% of total household assets across the country. This growing concentration of wealth among older demographics has sparked debate about how policymakers should respond. The Resolution Foundation has urged the Chancellor to shift the tax burden away from younger workers and towards wealthier pensioners. The data paints a stark picture. Individuals in their early 30s saw their wealth grow by just £8,000 over the past 14 years, while the average pensioner's wealth increased by £150,000 in real terms. To join Britain's wealthiest 10%, households now need at least £1.3 million in assets. Back in 2008, the wealth gap stood at roughly £135,000. By 2022, that figure had risen to £310,000 after adjusting for inflation. Younger generations have been held back by stagnant wages and unaffordable housing, while older generations have benefited from rising property and pension values. Today, a worker would have to save their entire salary for 52 years to reach the top 10% wealth threshold, a feat that is mathematically impossible for anyone starting work at 16 and retiring at the state pension age. In comparison, it would have taken just 38 years between 2006 and 2008, when the inflation-adjusted target was £1 million. To address these inequalities, the Resolution Foundation has proposed raising income tax by 2% while cutting national insurance contributions by the same amount. Because pensioners and the self-employed do not pay national insurance, they would bear more of the additional cost, while employees' higher income tax bills would be offset by lower NI contributions. The think tank estimates that the policy could generate around £6 billion for the Treasury. Given its close ties with senior government figures, the proposal is expected to carry significant political weight. Molly Broom, an economist at the Resolution Foundation, acknowledged the potential consequences. With property and pensions now representing 80% of household wealth, we need to be honest that higher wealth tax